Welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make graham cracker, peanut butter, and chocolate Buckeye candies. So what you see on my counter is what we're going to use to make these. And I got to tell you, if you've never tried one of these before, they have the most amazing taste, especially if you're a fan of peanut butter or chocolate or even graham crackers for that matter. They just work so well. And this is a perfect thing to make for even the holidays or whatever, just to serve if you're having a party, a get together. They're just great. They're easy to make. And really, it's just one of those things where until you've tried this, you don't know how good it is. This is really something you need to look into if you have family coming around soon or whatever. So we're going to start out with 11 graham crackers. And what we're going to do is break these in half so that way they're squares. So we're going to end up with 22 of these candies out of this by the time we're done. But you have to go through and break them up before we start doing this. So just go ahead and split them into two. And hopefully don't break them because, believe it or not, I made it through without breaking one. That's amazing for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with a large bowl. And we're going to put a stick of butter in this, which has been softened. So it makes it a little bit easier to work with. And then after that, we're going to add 1.5 cups of creamy peanut butter. Your choice of what kind you want to use, but make sure it's creamy. And then once we get this all into our bowl, we're going to mix this up a little bit just to actually get it going before we add anything else to this, because we just want to break that butter up into the peanut butter just a little bit. But scrape your container, get it all out. I sprayed my container with a little nonstick cooking spray first, and it actually helped me get that out of there a little fast, but you know. So once this gets mixed up, we're going to bring in 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. And we're going to mix this a little bit. And then after that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So as you're mixing this, at any point you want to dump in that vanilla, that's perfectly fine. But you want to mix this until this powdered sugar is completely mixed into everything here. So that way it just looks like a big lump of peanut butter that's, thicker. So just go ahead and mix this around. Make sure you go around the sides of your bowl and get this all mixed in and scraped in. And when you get done, it looks something like this. Now, what we're going to do with this is once it's completely done and there's no anything like extra powdered sugar laying around, anything like that, we're going to take this and shape it into around 1-inch balls or so. And we're going to place one on each one of the graham crackers and smooth it to the sides. So just put it on top, push it down, and then push to the edges. Now, if you do this and you have a little bit extra of this left over by the time you're done with all 22 of these, you can always go back and add a little bit more to it to give it a little bit more fluff on top. It's perfectly fine. But you're going to have to go through every single one of these. This is the most time-consuming part of this, is actually working through all of the peanut butter to get it on top of this. But the best thing is, if you're a peanut butter lover, this is good. It has a great taste. But then we're going to drizzle some peanut butter on top at the end anyway, because we use some peanut butter chips to actually give it a topping on top of the chocolate we put on the outside of this anyway. So there's a lot going on. But it actually turns out really well. So this is what we want. We're just going to work for something here that has a really decently sweet taste, but it's amazing to actually serve this to anybody because it looks like you put some effort into it, and that's a really great thing, especially if you're having a party or a family get together. So you can see all of mine are done here, which is cool. And we are ready to move on to our chocolate. Now we need about 3.5 cups of chocolate. You could get chocolate chips to do this. I just prefer to use the stuff called almond bark chocolate, which you can get any grocery store, Walmart, whatever. And you just need to cut it up into slices before you put it in the microwave because we want this to melt evenly. So cut it up really fine, get it into a bowl that's microwave safe, and then once we get it all in there, we're going to add a little bit of oil to this just to give it a little tempering and all. So what you're going to need is about 1.5 teaspoons of coconut oil, vegetable oil, whatever you want to use to it. But we just want to make sure that we get that in there before it goes in the microwave. And you're going to actually put this in the microwave with bursts of about like 20 to 30 seconds a piece. Because once it gets to a point that you can stir it, you want to stir this as you go so it doesn't actually scorch the chocolate that's on the bottom or anything like that. But we just want to make sure that it gets an even mix. So we're going to do this until it's ready to be used and then bring it back from the microwave to the counter because we're going to dip these things in this, and it's really not as hard as you think. So go ahead and make sure that your chocolate is completely mixed through. There are no lumps, no hard parts, everything's melted. And then we're going to use a fork to do this, which I always found this is an easy way to do it. Just drop it in, flip it over with your fork, flip it again, and this thing is coated at this point. So what you can do is, once you get it flipped in the right direction, you can just go ahead and just put this onto the counter, and that way you're done. So you can literally carry this over with the fork, which is what I ended up doing a lot of the times. Just like I said, put it in the chocolate, flip it, get it totally coated, and get the fork underneath and lift that up. Let some of that chocolate drip off if you have a lot on the outside, but you don't want to like use up all your chocolate on one or two of these. But go ahead and just do this and keep flipping. Now the good thing is there's enough chocolate here to do every single one of the 22, which is wonderful. You just need to actually, when you're doing this, drop off that extra chocolate, make sure it goes back in the bowl, and then you're putting these on parchment paper so that way they can stay there, they can cool, and they're going to be there until we do the stuff with the peanut butter for the top of this. So they need to be totally cool before we can put any more topping on top of this, because we want it totally set up before we do this. Now you could put these in the refrigerator, it's not necessary. I say just leave them on the counter for like 20 some minutes, 30 minutes, you're good to go, and then you can just move on to the next stage of this. But you're going to have to dip all 22 of them. So make sure you have a bunch of parchment paper out, because the best thing is these do not stick to it. It's easy to pull them off. And as you can see, these are all mine, and we're going to get ready to do this peanut butter stuff for the top. So you have about a cup of peanut butter chips. We're just going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of the oil to it again and microwave it until it softens, and then we're going to come back and drizzle this. Now, you're just going to actually work your way across these a little at a time, drizzling it. You can use a spatula, you can use whatever you want. If you had a spoon, you could do a spoon. It just worked really well for me with a spatula because I could get like a line coming off of this, rather than with a spoon, you get a whole lot at one time and it goes everywhere. So, and you just want to work your way across each one of these until you get them completely run through the center with a good line of the peanut butter, because you just want to get a lot of this on the outside. It's going to give it a great taste up against the chocolate, the peanut butter inside, and the graham cracker. It all really works together. But as you go along, just keep going. There's going to be plenty of the peanut butter to drizzle with. And like I said, there's 22 of these things, so there's quite a few of them to do, because some of mine actually go off camera because there wasn't enough room for all of them on camera. So now, once you get this drizzled on top and this is set up and everything is totally coated the way you want the peanut butter drizzled through the center, you can take a knife and go on the sides of these, and if there's chocolate that kind of ran to the edge when you set it down to let it set up on the chocolate part, you literally can just take the knife and slice down the side and remove that extra. So they're really neat and they look really good for you to serve, or whatever, but it helps you clean it up. So really you just need something like a straight edge knife, run around it, cut that edge off. What's really good about it, since it's on parchment paper, you can peel it off and eat it, and it's just something really great by the time you're done, because these work out so well. And I gotta tell you, it's not a lot of effort going in for the fact that you get 22 of these candies all in one shot. That's not a bad deal. And you really don't put that much into it, because, the peanut butter chips, the chocolate, the graham crackers, that's not bad. Most people have some of these ingredients in the house for like the powdered sugar and stuff anyway, so it makes it really easy to do. But these have such a great taste. It's just one of those things where it's impressive, because, you put effort into it and got something that looks like this. And I gotta tell you, this is wonderful to serve to family, friends, and whatever, and I think you just might like it. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.